Yes, hi, good night to everyone, and I want to officially welcome you to another Mikey Live program. Folks, this is Friday night kind of vibe, and you know we rock the place on Friday nights, man. It's always my pleasure to be with you on the program to tell you, everything that's going on, Yeah, this is news discussed, not told, And it's always my pleasure to be with you. So, folks, let's talk about what's making the headlines tonight, boy. 2 teens are missing, and police and their parents and so need your help in finding them. Also, Vincentian criminal captured and removed from Grenada. Government defends its position on pension for teachers and no school next Monday, next Tuesday, next Wednesday. Firefighters questioned for stealing from crashed jet in Guyana. That's a very interesting story that I really want to tell you guys about. So there's a lot that we have to tell you about tonight, So I want you all to brace all yourself, get all yourself comfortable, share the business, share the program, and bless up all yourself. You know what I mean? I tell a family member, share the thing somewhere. All right, guys, we're going to be back in a moment. We want to remind you that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and Colombian Emirates International. So when we come back, it's real news in Olelililolo. So stay tuned.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
What we're about to share with you, it works. And it will literally change lives of people that really haven't thought about the local church and haven't thought they need to come. When non-church people come to church, they just kind of connect because you've got it down. And congratulations, but I'm not talking about those people that kind of come and seek a friend. I'm talking about people, hey, can I tell you something? They're not going to come. I have a question to ask you. What are we going to do with people who are never going to come to church? What are we going to do with them? Stand before God and say, whoops, they didn't fit into my program. Or are we going to be like the story that Jesus gave that had 99 people in church? They were called sheep. And they left the 99 people and went out and found the one. And this is all about finding the one. And my passion is to connect the local church to this community. A transformational church mobilizes believers to identify their stream of influence, connect relationally and strategically, and share their faith to the community and around the world. And what we want to do is help you be that salt and light transformational church.
And persons who wants to go to this can call Reverend Vonnie James at 416-2204. That's 416-2204 for more information about this.
The Ministry of Youth Development, Sports, Culture and the Arts present Youth Week 2018. Empowering our youth, shaping our community, protecting our future. The week of activities kicks off on Friday, November 9th with the Minister's Address from 8 p.m. Saturday, 10th November, Health Fair, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Cuthbert Peters Park War, and the Fitness Revolution, 3 p.m. Concord Junction. Sunday, 11th November, it's the Peace Concert, Grenville Bus Terminal. On Tuesday, 13th November, ministers meet with the youth at Her Majesty's Prison. Thursday, 15th November, from 5 p.m., it's the Imani Graduation, Youth Awards and Gala. And on Friday, 16th through the weekend, it's the National Youth Service Weekend. Every parish get involved. And on Saturday, 17th November, it's Youth Expo, Explosion Fashion and Cultural Day, 2 p.m. until at Hero Square, Victoria in St. Mark. So remember, Youth Week 2018, November 9th to the 17th.
The countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Yes, so people, let's get right into the news for tonight. Let's see what's making the news, people. Now, the first thing that we have to tell you about, boys, that the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force hereby notifies the general public and in particular motorists that there will be a delay in vehicular traffic on Sunday, 11th November 2018, and that's along the Grand Dance Public Road in the vicinity of the Exo Plaza, as between the hours of 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, the Royal Grenada Police Force apologizes for any inconveniences caused. And again, the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force hereby notifies the general public that in particular the motorists at Green Street, St. George's will be temporarily closed to vehicular traffic. That's on Sunday, 11th November 2018. That's between the hours of 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. to facilitate the pouring of cement. The Royal Grenada Police Force apologizes for any inconveniences likely to be caused. Earlier, the next story that I have to tell all you is another story that comes from the Royal Grenada Police Force. Very interesting one, of missing teenagers. Police are seeking the assistance of the general public in locating an 18-year-old Ricardo Alexander of Primrose, St. David, and Alian John, 15 years old, of Malmont in St. David. Now, Ricardo and Alian were last seen on Sunday, 4th November 2018 at the Malmont playing field in St. David. Ricardo is about 5 feet 10 inches in height, medium built, dark in complexion, and was last seen wearing a short blue pants, white t-shirt, and a black pair of slippers. Alian on your screen is about 5 feet 6 inches in height, slim built, and brown in complexion. She was last seen wearing a gray and black top and a black leggings. Now, anyone with information on the whereabouts of Ricardo and Alien is asked to contact the Grenville Police Station at 442-7224, St. David Police Station at 444-6224, CID at 440-3921, Police Emergency at 911, or you can also call the police hotline at 444-1958 or the nearest police station. Now, as I understand it, the parents and guardians and family members of the two are extremely worried and are asking the general public in whatever way that you can to please assist them. All right, so in the event that you see them or you know about them, where they may be, you are asked to please contact the police. We are moving on now, folks. The next story that I want to tell you about, boy, the police, they are reaching out to businesses as we approach the Yuletide season, and as the Royal Grenada Police Force executes its Yuletide operation to ensure the season is safe from criminal activities, the business community can play an integral role in the process, says the police. Now, in light of this, the Community Relations Department, in collaboration with other departments of the Royal Grenada Police Force, invites members of the business community in the vicinity of St. George's to a very important meeting that is to be held on Tuesday, 13 November 2018 at the Hospitality Lounge, National Stadium, St. George's, and that will be commencing at 5:30 p.m. Please be guided accordingly. Earlier, we were telling you about a Vincentian boy with a criminal record who was nabbed in Grenada. What we can tell you in terms of an update is that he has been sent back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They say that he's wanted for murder in his homeland. He was captured by Grenada police last weekend. His name Joel Gary Barker, 31 years old. He was nabbed during a police operation on Sunday, 4th November at about 5 a.m. in Telescope, St. Andrew. Now, he was subsequently charged with, in Grenada, listen to this, possession of a controlled drug, also illegal possession of a firearm and ammunition, and illegally entering the state. You understand? Now, he appeared at the Grenville Magistrates Court on Wednesday, 7th November 2018, where a removal order was obtained. You understand? Now, he was removed from Grenada to St. Vincent and the Grenadines today. You understand? They say they do the high profile ting, you understand? We fly the drone and we were able to get the footage for you. You understand? So we're looking pretty. You understand? Yeah, man. Good. We are moving on. You know, some people just wonder, well, Mickey, how you just end up getting all this footage and things like that? Man want to question me. Take all the time with us, you know. Yeah, we fly the drone, don't worry about that. How you just know to be, where to be and what time to be there? Take all the time. We fly the drone. Good. Oh yeah. Things tightening up and heating up and then kind of business with the government and the teachers. We're making it up. Things are heating up with the government and the teachers. Now, you see, last night there was an address to the nation. You understand? By the head of the government negotiating team and thing. You understand? Mrs. Beryl Isaac, Secretary of the Cabinet and the Chairman of Government Pension Engagement Committee. You understand? So she had an address to the nation last night, giving the government's perspective on the business. You understand? Now she is saying that government cannot afford to pay what the teachers are demanding. Here is, my friends, an excerpt from her address to the nation.
Preliminary costings have shown that if government were to agree to the demands of the unions and associations, this will add upwards of $21 million annually to the payroll, bringing the cost of pensions to approximately $74 million annually. This provision of the 1958 Pension Act must be reformed, as the state cannot finance this cost. Also, this cost seriously breaches the Fiscal Responsibility Act. Any pension plan must have two basic features. It must be sustainable and affordable. Let us be clear. The gratuity payment of $75,000 in the above example has to be repaid by the retiree through monthly deductions of $500 for 12 and a half years from his or her pension. This is why, when a gratuity is paid, the monthly pension of the worker is reduced. What the government is proposing is to pay 98% of a worker's monthly pension and 2% as gratuity. In other words, the public officer will receive a monthly pension of $1,960, while under the union's demand, that pension will be reduced to $1,500 per month. After 12 and a half years, having repaid government gratuity, the worker will revert to his or her full pension.
Thank you very much, and that was a presentation yesterday. So in response to that and other statements that have been made, the President General of the GUT, Lyden Lewis, and his team and so, they had a media event today, a press conference, talking about what happened next. In fact, the teachers were asked to wear the union t-shirts to work today. So they were attending, and then there was this press conference, and Mr. Lewis says that they ain't backing down. They are keeping the fight. You understand? He says they are keeping the fight. Listen to him.
All our members to wear the jerseys today. We would also see heightening actions next week. You would find out probably through our membership, but we have decided not to make it a media announcement as to what the actions would be. But certainly, I guess before the end of today, it would be out as to where the union is in terms of the next action.
Yeah, so yes, that's it right there, people. You understand? But hold on. It doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. We are now told that the teachers received a piece of communication today that they should remain at home. On Monday coming, on Tuesday coming, on Wednesday coming. These 3 days are no school days for the teachers. We ain't making it up. You understand? are no school days as the union and its members have decided they're not backing down. So what happens from that time will tell. But neither party, neither of the two parties are coming to the table. They are both playing it out in the press. So things are getting heated. Where do we go from here? Time alone will tell. A little bit later on, we have a special broadcast for you. Pension reform explained further. We go share that with all in our time in. So people, the thing is hitting up. The thing is hitting up, so let's see what's going on. We want to big up them people on WPG10, boy. Hamlet and them. Remember, we are live nightly, 9 o'clock on WPG10. Cable TV channel 10 and 11, channels 10 and 11. We are standard definition on channel 10, and we are high definition on channel 11. And even while Mikey Live is not on, WPG10 gives you some very interesting programming. You understand? So get used to the channel, man, and check out the channel and thing. You know what I mean? Telling all you boy. So let's see where this goes, all right? Let's see where it goes. How are we looking for time, people? Right. Now, earlier, the next story that I want to tell all you. Did you guys hear about a plane crash that happened this morning? Okay. So you heard about the plane crash, right? If I am to tell you that right now, firefighters are being investigated by police for stealing from the plane. I ain't making it up. The captain of the ill-fated Flight Jamaica Airlines jet that made an emergency landing in Guyana. Wings break, all kind of thing happened to it, you know. They say he is reporting and has told police that he has had several personal items stolen from him by firefighters. We ain't making it up. By firefighters. You know? Now, police and fire officials said that at least 9 firefighters were being questioned by investigators in connection with the reported theft. Never hear that yet. Eh? The fire chief spoke about the pilot reporting losing cash and electronic devices and so on. He said that one of the firefighters surrendered items and then the theft began to unravel. You understand? They say that other items were found at the fire station. Other crew members and so on also reported things being stolen from them. Now they are saying this is a very serious matter. Very serious matter. And we'll be treating it as such. A Trinidadian was among the 118 aboard the Jamaica flight that crashed. Now the plane struck a fence and a heap of sand before coming to a stop at around 2:53 a.m. An emergency evacuation was ordered. 6 passengers were injured and they were all taken to hospital. You understand? They say the aircraft ran into some difficulties, boy, just after takeoff and announced that it was returning. You know? We check out the flight manifest and stuff like that. It included a crew of 8. 2 infants, 2 Jamaican nationals, an American, 82 Canadians, 35 Guyanese, a Pakistani, and a Trinidadian. You understand? No star. Yeah, beat it. When you have firefighters and things like that, no. being accused of them kind of serious business, boy. That real like problems, boy. Telling me that real problems. Oh yeah. Let me show you what the criminals are packing. There was a major operation conducted by the Commissioner of Police in Trinidad and Tobago people. You understand? It yielded the things on your screen. One major bus. One major bus. In the Chaguanas district overnight. They say it resulted in the arrest of 2 suspects and the seizure of a large quantity of marijuana and firearms in a house in Chaguanas. If you see thing that we making up, you know, well, we tell you, we doesn't make up thing on the program. You look at this in a house, you know. In a house in Trinidad, boy. Lord, a man starting an army, boy. You understand? So they say the commissioner of police ain't making no joke, and he say he want to tackle the big boys. So that's what's going on right now. It's a new commissioner of police there, and he behaving like Ian Allen, you know, he's a star boy. If you don't see a boy flex, yeah, I mean, if you don't see a boy flex, some people like his style, while others say he has too much of a heavy-handed approach. Watch our little boy flex. Oh, now who drink that too start getting corner there? Don't think I doesn't see all, you know. We seen everything, you know. Anyway. Yeah, man, so they are celebrating this major bus. There is likely to be more arrests in the coming days. You understand? But yeah, the commissioner of police flexing his muscles. Anyway, we're moving on. How are we looking for time? Alright, Olio. The next story we have to tell Olio boy is a story that also comes from Trinidad and Tobago, where we find that a man, and I'm telling all of that because we have to set an example. Yeah, Hamlet, we're looking real pretty now. They say a High Court judge sentenced a father to 10 years and 12 days in jail with hard labor, people. Listen to it, you know. 10 years and 12 days in jail with hard labor for raping a 12-year-old back in 2007 in other words. A 54-year-old, they call him Kelvin Duncan from South Trinidad, boy. You understand? I don't really want to go into all the details about the business, but yes, you understand? He got himself in trouble with the law. Interfered with a little girl, I think she was 13 at the time, but the Trinidad magistrate and them, they say they ain't playing with that. You understand? They say they ain't playing with that, so that's what they do. So they give him the 10 years, and still they give him hard labor. You understand? So yeah, boy. Lord, people, there was something I was fighting for back in the days when I was studying journalism and stuff. I figured that journalists must be able to maintain an identity, particularly journalists who write stories in the newspapers and stuff like that. You know, one of the places that I saw was newspapers, and what happened was that the newspapers did not used to include the author of stories. So I'm like, so how do you know how credible the story is if you do not know who's writing it? How do you know what context to take it in if you do not know who the author of that story is? Because if you understand who the author is, you would understand the story better. So today, I don't know how long they started doing it. I remember writing to the newspapers about that before. So I don't know how long they started doing it, but I opened the newspaper today and I saw the author of the article, and just wanted to say that this is really a step in the right direction that deserves recognition. So I want to big up the Grenada today, I mean the New Today, for recognizing your writers. So I see we have one by Karima Lewis, another failed referendum, and I'm a big fan of Karima because we studied together. It's a very young lady who I think is really doing good in the industry, and sometimes, more often than not, we tend to be so caught up in good work that we fail to realize those who put out that work. So I want to big up Karima same way. You know what I mean? So in the papers, there's a rejection from the New Today. Y'all could check it out on the stands. And for the Informer, we have 4 fishermen charged with non-capital murder. That was one of the big stories of the week. And I saw they put up a meme about this thing. Oh, they also have the other story about the 3 charged in the Black Forest drug bus, right? Yeah, I think Dominican Republic, Daigo make news. I never heard of it, and so on. So you guys could check out the paper. Then we have the Voice. You know, I didn't get a Voice, boy. Yeah, like the Voice was done quick. You understand? So these are the 2 papers. You all could check it out. They also have websites, and so you could check them out. Right? I like to encourage people to check out those websites and thing, and also check out my partner Hamlet on WPG10. They also have a Facebook page where they post all the stories as well, and they do have the nighttime news. Every night they do the news and thing. You know what I mean? So you all may have to check them out as well. What else do I have to tell all you? There was a lot of rain today, and I think more in the St. Andrew area. Alright, so persons passing on that side, you're asked to exercise extra caution. Tongue dry like a nut, but there was a lot of rain in that area. Alright, what else? You know, I don't like to keep you all too long. We have the weather coming up for you on, so alright, so stay tuned. I will be right back.
What we're about to share with you, it works. And it will literally change lives of people that really haven't thought about the local church and haven't thought they need to come. When non-church people come to church, they just kind of connect because you've got it down. And congratulations, but I'm not talking about those people that kind of come and seek a friend. I'm talking about people, hey, can I tell you something? They're not going to come. I have a question to ask you. What are we going to do with people who are never going to come to church? What are we going to do with them? Stand before God and say, whoops, they didn't fit into my program. Or are we going to be like the story that Jesus gave that had 99 people in church? They were called sheep. And they left the 99 people and went out and found the one. And this is all about finding the one. And my passion is to connect the local church to this community. A transformational church mobilizes believers to identify their stream of influence, connect relationally and strategically, and share their faith to the community and around the world. And what we want to do is help you be that salt and light transformational church.
We listened to what you had to say and turn up the old rules, because losing what you paid for is just wrong. Now, lost data and talk are a thing of the past. Only Digicel gives you unlimited rollover data and talk. Just buy and renew your Quick Pick bundle before it expires and keep what's rightfully yours. Never lose what you don't use. Go to My Digicel app to bundle up and roll over today. Digicel.
The countdown has begun. And time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
The Ministry of Youth Development, Sports, Culture and the Arts present Youth Week 2018. Empowering our youth, shaping our community, protecting our future. The week of activities kicks off on Friday, November 9th with the Minister's Address from 8 p.m. Saturday, 10th November, Health Fair, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Cuthbert Peters Park War, and the Fitness Revolution, 3 p.m. Concord Junction. Sunday, 11th November, it's the Peace Concert, Grenville Brush Terminal. On Tuesday, 13th November, ministers meet with the youth at Her Majesty's Prison. Thursday, 15th November from 5 p.m. It's the Imani Graduation, Youth Awards and Gala. And on Friday, 16th through the weekend, it's the National Youth Service Weekend. Every parish get involved. And on Saturday, 17th November, it's Youth Expo, Explosion Fashion and Cultural Day. 2 p.m. until at Hero Square, Victoria in St. Mark. So remember, Youth Week 2018, November 9th to the 17th.
Yes, I. So, folks, here's what we have got for you. The weather coming up in a moment, and as well we have for you. Guess what? Dum 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 dum. The National Report.
Chairman of Government's Pension Engagement Committee appeals to unions to return to the bargaining table to thrash out the pension issue. Details to this story and more coming up in the National Reports. Welcome back. I am Wendy Edmond with the National Report for today, Friday, November 9th, 2018. Chairman of the Government's Pension Engagement Committee, Mistress Beryl Isaac, is warning that a breach of the country's fiscal expenditure rules can result in the loss of significant amounts of concessionary loans and grants. Mistress Isaac, who addressed the nation on Thursday to update and clarify the issue of pension restoration and reform, said the loss can result in a reversal of the economy, which will in turn affect growth and employment. In this light, she appealed to those who walked off the negotiating table 1 month ago to help them to reach a comprehensive agreement in the interest of public workers and the country.
The Government Pension Engagement Committee wishes to remind the leadership of the public sector unions that their respective collective agreements and the Labor Relations Act set out clear procedures for the resolution of disputes. To take irregular industrial actions without following the procedures laid down are indeed unlawful and a breach of good industrial relations practice. Government appeals to public officers and their respective unions and associations to be understanding and responsible. We call on the union leaders who walked off the negotiating table on 3rd of October to return. We can only resolve this problem through constructive dialogue.
Mistress Isaac addressed the subject of when pensions should be paid, which is one of the disputes that arose during the negotiations. In Barbados, Trinidad, and Jamaica, the pensionable age is 65, while in Dominica, that age is 62. Grenada remains one of the few countries where the retirement age remains at 60, although several actuarial reports have pointed to the need to increase the age to at least 65.
In the reform of our pensions, the state cannot afford to pay pensions to anyone under the age of 60 years. For purposes of the reform, government proposes to maintain that a public officer can retire after 26 and 3rd years, but will receive his or her pension at age 60 at whatever age is prescribed in law. Government proposes further that at the point of retirement, it can afford to make a prepayment of 2% of a worker's pensionable entitlement as gratuity. In the context of Grenada's current economic position, this is what is affordable and sustainable and falls within the fiscal expenditure rules.
In this next story, as it stands, there are some misconceptions about gratuity, which is an advance of pension. Public officers have the option to receive full monthly pension or a reduced pension and gratuity. The chairman of Government's Pension Engagement Committee, Mistress Beryl Isaac, explained the issue of gratuity during an interview on Friday.
Of course, most of us would opt for a reduced pension and gratuity, because in terms of your pension payment, it is a monthly sum that you get, and when you die, your estate would get it 1 more year, and none of us know how long we live. So we always opt for the gratuity, which is 25% of the sum that you would do as pension, and the reduced pension. So over 12.5 years, you get the reduced pension, which is the sum that government recovers over that period of time, and then after 12.5 years you will revert to full pension. In the present scenario, under the 58 laws, the gratuity sum is 25% and the reduced pension is 75%. The worker is not disadvantaged in any way, because what the government is offering is 98% as a region and 2% gratuity. And over the 12.5 years, you will get the same amount of money. But the benefits that to be derived under what the government is offering is that you get a higher pension right away instead of the reduced sum. Added to that, pensioners get an increase in their allowance once government gives an increase, so it is indexed. So whereas you would have a higher sum and you will get the 4% on a higher sum. So it's beneficial in many, many ways.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Data reveals that rats and other rodents are responsible for the transmission of many diseases. In Grenada, the most common is leptospirosis, and it can cause your death. This disease is directly related to rats and mice infestation. Signs and symptoms of lepto, as it is commonly referred to, are high fever, headache, chills, muscle aches, vomiting, jaundice, and abdominal pain. If your home had or is infected with rats and you have any of these symptoms, please check with your doctor immediately. Declare war on rats. Starve them. Kill them. Rats are the most unwelcome guests. Reduce, control, eliminate them. This is a message from the Ridge to Reef Project, protecting biodiversity and ecosystem functions.
Welcome back. Building youth resilience, strengthening human capital, mainstreaming youth in Grenada's economic development, facilitating active youth participation in nation building, and professionalizing Grenada's youth sector. These are some of the pathways earmarked as part of the Youth Policy 2015 to 2020 under the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and the Arts. These were outlined by Minister with Responsibility for Youth Development, Honorable Kate Lewis, during an address to mark the start of Youth Week from November 9th to the 17th. Minister Lewis says the week will encourage young people to continue embracing every opportunity made available to them by government as part of their contribution to nation building.
Having a strong youth movement offers us a golden opportunity to accelerate sustainable development and achieve peace and security. Empowering today's generation of young people is our country's only chance to reduce youth unemployment, end poverty, bridge inequalities, and reverse issues such as climate change. Young people of this country, it is my hope that as we get involved in the celebration of Youth Week 2018, that we can reignite the spirit of volunteerism among young people and encourage them to get involved in empowering themselves, shaping their communities, and protecting their future.
Youth Week 2018 will be celebrated under the theme, Empowering Our Youth, Shaping Our Community, Protecting Our Future. The T.M. Marshall Community College on Wednesday held its annual health fair, enlightening and educating students on maintaining a healthy lifestyle. The fair is organized annually by the Department of Student Affairs. Some of the collaborating partners of the 2018 Health Fair were the Sickle Cell Association, the Grenada Planned Parenthood, a Seventh-day Adventist Health Group, among others. Also making a contribution to the fair was the Ministry of Health and Public Health, who offered vaccines to persons who have requested. These groups carried out diabetes testing, eye exams, blood testing, and other minor health examinations and physical exercises. Christina Swan Awaga, Corporate Communications Officer at TAMCC, says the event is geared towards promoting healthy lifestyles, not just for students, but the staff of the institution and the general public. She said the program has impacted positively on the students.
I think they have patronized the different booths very well. I am seeing lines, people are lining up. It is not just faculty, but also the staff are also part of it. You're seeing persons from all different areas of TAMCC coming to have their testing done, and I would support it. I think it would be good if, you know, persons can continue along that route of ensuring that they keep checking, you know, their health, so that they would be in good standing.
Medical practitioner at the General Hospital, Dr. Neris Jones, who presented on hypertension, says while most persons believe that hypertension is an ailment that can only be cited in middle-aged people, the students are now aware that it can also be diagnosed among young persons.
Some of them, they were aware that young people can have it, because when I asked them, they said yes, anyone can have it, which is true, because traditionally you would have found like people probably over 40 years that would be diagnosed, but now we're seeing younger patients that are diagnosed with stuff like hemorrhagic stroke, which is as a result of hypertension. So I would say they understand that.
And that's a wrap on the National Report for today, Friday, November 9th, 2018. Reminding you of our top story. Chairman of Government's Pension Engagement Committee appeals to unions to return to the bargaining table to thrash out the pension issue. On behalf of all of us in the newsroom, I am Wendy Edmond, thanking you for viewing.
Thank you very much, Wendy, and everyone else who were responsible for the production of the National Report. Folks, we have to tell you about the weather for tonight, and this is from the Met Office. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with light to moderate showers and a low chance of thunder showers. Now, winds northeasterly to east southeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Tides are going to be low at 11 p.m. tonight. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 24 degrees Celsius. Now let's take a look at tomorrow's weather. It's expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with light morning showers and a low chance of thunder showers, decreasing in cloudiness by mid-afternoon. Sun is expected to rise at 6:03 a.m. and would set at 5:41. Now, the maximum temperature for tomorrow is expected to be at around 31 degrees Celsius, and the minimum 25 degrees Celsius. Winds east northeasterly to east southeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour and becoming variable to calm at times. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open waters. All right, and tides will be low at around 10:45 a.m. and that's your weather report. Now, folks, let's just pick up some names before we wrap it up for today. We have Rachel with us tonight. We want to big up Rachel. We also want to big up Kevin, Gwendolyn, Shireen, Khadija, Abby, Zaka, Suzette. Suzette, you are now responsible for the discipline of the chat every night. It's your responsibility to make sure that people who are chatting are doing so in a respectable manner, in keeping with the expectation and with the tone of the program. All right, if anyone misbehaves, it will be on you. All right, Suzette, I'll also assign you a deputy in the event that you are not there. You are now so assigned. Good. Now back to business. Wendy Ann, Dora, Ezra, Vanessa, Nessie, Seta, Monica, Rhoda, Raven, Kireen, and everyone else. We want to say good night to you guys. Make sure that you all be good to others and so. Alright, big up to Melly. Yes, you're going to get Patsy, big up yourself as well. Alright, Irma, big up yourself. Okay, Kim, big up yourself as well. Alright, Cynthia and everyone else. Cindy, big up all yourself. Yes, Suzette. Alright, Trevelin, big up yourself as well. And everyone else on the program, thanks again. Alright, Shireen, bless, and Rachel as well. So everyone else on the program, Hazel and everyone else, we can't call all the names. And Caroline, Khadija, all right, good, yes, good. All right, so big up all yourself. Yes, all making me shame. All right, all making me shame. Okay, so we want to also big up the people on WPG10. You can send me a text message. Now, the first person on viewing on WPG10 who sends me a text message, you're going to win yourself some free credit. All right, so the first person who sends me a text message, send a message to 414-9995 and I'll know if you're watching via WPG10. All right, so the first person to send me a text message who's watching via WPG10, you will win yourself some free credit, compliments Digicel. Now, folks, that's as far as I can go for tonight. Big up Spice Girl, big up Kay, and big up everyone else. God bless you. I'll be back in a moment live just for, I think it's about 30 minutes. We have a special program with regards to the pension to run. All right, so right after this program we're going to be coming back again. All right, but we need to shut this one down. Thanks again, folks, and we will touch base on Monday, God's willing, and if anything else happens, we will be back as well to let you know about it. God bless you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say ja. No. Good night, everyone.